Welcome, racing fans, to motorsportsradio.net. Hi, this is Manny Allegretta, and this is the weekend edition for Thursday, September 14th, NASCAR Playoff standings and racing schedule. First, a recap of last weekend's winners. NASCAR Xfinity Series winner Brad Keselowski in the 22 car, winning the Virginia 529 College Savings 250, and Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series winner Kyle Larson in the 42 car, winning the Federated Auto Parts 400. Got lucky on a late race restart, beating Martin Truex Jr., both races at Richmond Raceway. Okay, here is the 16 drivers who made it into the NASCAR Cup Series round of 16, the playoff contenders. And remember, it's round of 16, then it gets cut down to 12, down to 8, and then 4. And at the end of the season, we get 4 drivers that will be eligible to compete for the NASCAR Cup Series champion. I don't know who it's going to be yet. I have a hunch who it is. But it's too early to give that information out just yet. But here it is, the round of 16 in order. We'll bang this out really quick. Top of the list, it's Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, Ryan Newman, Kurt Busch, Casey Kane, Austin Dillon, Matt Kenseth, and Jamie McMurray. Unfortunately, Joe Logano did not make it. He has one win at the first time at Richmond. We mentioned this last week, but that win was encumbered, so it did not count. So, interesting stuff there. Now, some big news that broke out this week, literally yesterday, and that would be the driver of the number 10 car, Danica Patrick, will not be returning to Stewart-Haas Racing in 2018. A statement made on Tuesday on Danica Patrick's Facebook page, quote, "It's been an honor to drive for Tony Stewart, Gene Haas, and everyone at Stewart-Haas for the past 6 years." Now, there's no mention if she will be competing at all in NASCAR. There was a buzz going around that this might be her last year. Also a buzz going around that she's not having too much fun this year either. So we'll have to wait to see about that. So now that leaves the number 10 car available for those who are looking to be drivers next year. So that's the 27 that's going to be available next year, the 77, the 41, the 88, who is going to be Alex Bowman, the 10, and I think that's it so far. So going to have a lot of open vacancies going into the 2018 season. All right, so here's what's going on this upcoming weekend. A smorgasbord of motorsports, NASCAR, NHRA, IndyCar, and Formula One. NASCAR heads to Chicagoland Speedway, Joliet, Illinois. 1.5 miles of asphalt. Bankings at the corners is 18 degrees. The front stretch is 11, and the back stretch, it is 5. All 3 series this weekend. Now, IndyCar heads to Sonoma, Formula One heading to Singapore, NHRA heads to Concord, North Carolina. Now for this weekend's racing card, starting with NASCAR. NASCAR Camping World Truck Series racing on Friday night at 8:30 Eastern Time on FS1 for the Chicagoland 225. 150 laps. Stages are 35, 35, and 80. NASCAR Xfinity Series racing on Saturday afternoon at 3:30 Eastern on NBCSN and MRN for the Chicagoland 300. 200 laps for this one, and the stages are 45, 45, and 90. Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series racing on Sunday afternoon at 3 Eastern, NBCSN as well, for the Tales of the Turtles 400. 267 laps. The stages are 80, 80, and 107. So this will be the first race of the playoffs, first race of the round of 16. IndyCar racing on Sunday, the final race of the IndyCar season, so we'll get to see who the 2017 IndyCar champion will be. It might either be it's either going to be Joseph Newgarden or Scott Dixon, so we'll have to see about that. But Sonoma, the road course out in California, and that's going to be the GoPro Grand Prix of Sonoma, again 6:30 Eastern on NBCSN. Also on NBCSN Sunday morning, Formula One at 8 a.m. Eastern, and that's going to be for the Singapore Grand Prix. 61 laps here, and the tires being used on Sunday are Ultra, Super, and Soft. The Singapore Grand Prix is actually pretty cool, and it's actually nighttime in Singapore when they have this race, and you get that backdrop of the city skyline. It really looks like a video game. It might sound cliche, but it really does look like a video game. And Sonoma, and also some drag racing at the ZMAX Dragway. This is going to be for the NHRA Mellow Yellow Drag Racing Series for the NHRA Carolina Nationals, qualifying Friday evening at 6 Eastern and Sunday morning at 2 a.m. or late night Saturday. both on FS1, and the finals on Sunday afternoon at 2:30, also on FS1. That's going to do it for today. Thank you, racing fans, for tuning in. Thank you to folks on YouTube. We got a lot of YouTube listeners. I'd like to thank you and welcome you aboard to Motorsports Radio. Now, Motorsports Radio runs from February through November, so after the season's over, we take a little break, and then we fire it back up on Daytona weekend, and that's how we roll here at the home of motorsports news and info from Long Island. This is Manny Allegretta. Have a good one.